I guess I finally moved to Glasgow. Okay, so let me try setting this up for you all. My boyfriend Blake, he is getting his master's degree in art here in Glasgow. And so I just decided to join him here, and now we'll be spending the next 2 years living our life here in a brand new country. Obviously, this is a huge move that we're making. We are moving over 3,000 miles away. And the first thing we need to do in order to get situated here and start building our lives here and starting over is just finding a place to stay. There was definitely a pretty steep learning curve as a couple of Americans trying to find a flat in the UK for the very first time, but hopefully this video is helpful to anyone who might be going through this process as well, or who just wants to keep up with what's going on in our lives. So to really tell this story, we're gonna have to take it back about a month and a half ago. When we first got to Glasgow, I was helping Blake get moved in, get situated, and really just spending an entire week here helping him look for an apartment. So let's take it back to then. Okay, so first thing on the agenda, we are getting on a bus to go check out an apartment listing. Okay, so we found our first flat. We are waiting to go check it out, but it looks like there's already some people here who are looking at it as well, which makes me a little nervous. So your process for applying to a flat is a little bit different than here in the States. First, you would want to call a listing agent and request a viewing, crossing your fingers that they'd even have any viewing slots available. And in order to even apply to anywhere, you have to go to that viewing. Okay, it is now the next day. We looked at one apartment yesterday, and we have 3 different flats that we are going to be looking at today. It is a lot. Hopefully we find one that works. We will see what happens, but fingers crossed for us that we get something today. God, that'd be so nice. So from our experience, we found the best way to find a flat in Glasgow was to use the apps. We used 2 called Zoopla and Rightmove, and we found those were really helpful in finding different places that were up for lease. So the really interesting thing about when we moved here was there was like a major housing crisis happening at the time. I guess all of the colleges and universities had accepted too many students, and everyone was moving at the exact same time trying to find a place to live. Obviously, it's a lot easier to find housing the further away from the city center you are, but our goal was to be as close to both Blake's school as well as the city, just because we thought it'd be a lot more fun, and that's just kind of what we had envisioned for what we wanted to do and where we wanted to live. And after you go, you're immediately going to send an email to that listing agent or the landlord asking them, or sometimes even begging them, to let you live there. Because like I said, it was a very competitive market and there's lots of people applying to the same place at the same time. So now that you've seen what the process is like for finding a flat in the UK, I bet you're wondering which one we ended up at. Well, I'm here to tell you that by some miracle, we got a flat in the most perfect location. We beat out literally like 20 different people also applying to it. And here is our official flat tour. Oh, hi! Welcome to my new flat here in Glasgow. Come on in. So this is the very first part of the house that you see when you walk in. This couch right here we actually got from a charity shop, which is very similar to like a thrift store in the States. Then if we move on over to here, kitchen is all American, bred in the US. She's the cutest little kitty you will ever meet. But underneath her, you will see this cute little table that we got from IKEA. And then if you look even further down at this carpet, we also got that from IKEA. Something you'll probably notice as a trend as we go through our apartment is that a lot of the items here we got from either IKEA or a charity shop. And that's because we wanted to keep things as affordable as possible, but also try and maximize the cuteness that we could get out of it. This is one of our favorite newest additions to the apartment. This is a Blake Ballard original art piece. He did a challenge where he wanted to crochet 30 days in a row for October. It's something called Peachtober. And this was the final result of that. Now welcome to our dining room, I guess. We got this beautiful table and the chairs. All of that was from IKEA. It's where we sit and do a lot of our work, as well as eat most of our meals here. And then behind this, I am actually so proud of this cabinet here. We bought the cabinet off of Wayfair. It was not the cheapest, but its purpose is really cool. That's because if you open it up, you can see inside we have Kitchen's litter box. Now you might be wondering, how does Kitchen get into the litter box? Well, if you follow me over here, you can see that there is actually a little flap for Kitchen to walk into and get to her litter box. Okay, so this is gonna be our kitchen. It is a little teeny tiny kitchen, but I mean it does the job. We have our stove as well as our oven. You'll notice that none of the buttons on the oven actually have like labels saying what it is and what the temperature is. So we really have been guessing every time we use the oven, which has meant a lot of burnt pizzas, which is a little bit unfortunate. A pretty basic kitchen. It gets the job done. I also forgot, we also have a washing machine in unit. It is here in the kitchen. It does not have a dryer though, which means we have to hang up all of our clothes to dry, which is something I have never done, but we're getting used to it. And you can follow me this way to the bathroom. Again, it is a pretty small bathroom. It has all the essentials. We have a shower, sink, toilet. What it didn't have though was any shelving, and so what we did was we went online to Amazon and we got like these little sticky shelves here that we can put all of our stuff on that we're using every single day. So we are now in the bedroom. We actually just got a frame for our bed. Originally it was sitting on the floor, but what's really exciting is that underneath we brought with us multiple suitcases here, and we didn't have anywhere to store them, so they were just kind of sitting about. So underneath the bed, we have like an awesome space for storage, for putting all those suitcases and kind of just hiding them and getting them out of sight and just cleaning up the area a lot more. And then we also have, of course, our beautiful, lovely closet with all of our clothes. But we also have a nice dresser underneath, as well as some more storage for shoe stuff. Thank you so much for coming and checking out our flat with us. It definitely still has a lot of changes that we need to make it feel really like a home. But I'm really happy with how it's looking so far. And I hope you all learned something about what it takes to move to the UK. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.